Hello guys, today we're going to be talking about why it's probably not a good idea to be selling your Bitcoin right now, and you are still very early if you're holding your Bitcoin right now. So for the past couple of days it's been kind of pandemonium in terms of the Bitcoin price. You can see there we're around 98,500. If we go to the 1 month chart, you can see it's traveled all the way from around 66 all the way up to nearly 100,000, and that's kind of the threshold that we're going to hit very soon. Even if we go on the year chart, the lowest of the year was 37,000. So basically, you could have got Bitcoin for around 3 times less the price if you had bought it back then at the end of last year. So with this price coming in, a lot of people are obviously wanting to sell their Bitcoin because all the Bitcoin being bought is basically profit. And a lot of holders have been waiting for this moment. Even if we go back to the max with the FTX scandal right here at 16,000, that would have been somewhere around 7 to 8 times your money if you would put it in then. And now we're looking at around 100k Bitcoin. And it's going to be a historic moment for Bitcoin. And obviously on the channel we cover mining, so we can kind of talk a little bit about the mining side of things as well in terms of the economics of what it looks like at 100k for Bitcoin. But right now, just to give you some idea of kind of what we're looking at for the bull run that we're just about to enter into. Mainly, I kind of judge it based off the market cap of the whole asset class. So we're talking about the whole asset class of cryptocurrency. This would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything underneath that asset class. So you can see the market cap here is 852. This was the kind of first well-known bull run. And you have around 852 million there. So when you get to the peak of the next bull run, you have around 3 trillion. And that's around a 3.4 times increase. And that's kind of what we're looking for here. So from this all-time peak up to the next all-time peak is probably going to be 3.4 times 3 trillion, which should give us somewhere around 15 trillion. That's going to probably place Bitcoin's price, if it receives a lot of that market cap, at probably around 250,000 or even higher. Obviously, this is all speculation, but you can go based off previous history and kind of do the multiples. There is obviously the Bitcoin power law model, which a lot of people like and they like to follow it. So at around this time, it can place Bitcoin anywhere from 44,000 to up to 443,000. So you can actually open this up. Let's just highlight the last bull run that we saw. So the last two ones there, you have 2018 and then you have 2022 and slash 2021 there. So you can kind of see they do hit up to the purple line, but I'd say we'd go for a middle ground of the purple and green line for the Bitcoin power law. And then if we're looking here, that kind of places us at pretty much 200k by mid 2025 and the possibility of obviously higher after that. So in my personal opinion, I wouldn't be selling it right now. There is a lot of interest into it. But there is also a lot of people that aren't here for this next cycle that's going on. I haven't seen too much media obviously covering it to the extent that it was covered in the last bull run. And there wasn't much hype around the other coins in the market, because if you look at cryptocurrencies by market cap, you can see Ethereum isn't necessarily trailing on that same kind of path that you see for Bitcoin. So Ethereum, obviously being the second biggest one, should be closely following Bitcoin in terms of the price. And there's a lot of utility coins as well as you go down the list that haven't really shot up in line with Bitcoin's price going up. Mainly probably because Bitcoin is kind of front running everything and it's kind of taken over in the dominance. But hopefully we have an altcoin season as we go in. And we've talked about that on the channel before. There's a lot of hype for the altcoin season that's coming in the future. One thing I do want to mention is that we're having kind of massive Bitcoin ETF inflows. So this is kind of at the start of the ETFs, back at the start of 2024. And you can see massive outflows here as well. So these are all inflows and these are outflows. And you can see these start to trail off in around May time. And then it doesn't really show much inflow and outflowing, like on average compared to what we're seeing here. But then when we go to the end here, and the past couple of months, let's just go with October 16th or October 14th here. So since October 14th, there's been massive inflows in and no outflows. And that could be also added to the liquidity of Bitcoin. And these can be used or are used in the greater financial market, not just the cryptocurrency financial market. So a lot of investors are looking to get into Bitcoin, and that's one of the best ways, obviously, to get in. Another way to get into Bitcoin that has kind of been in the news quite a lot is MicroStrategy. So one thing I do want to note that it is trading pretty much 4 times or 5 times above how much cryptocurrency they actually own. I believe that they own around 30 billion and the market cap is 100 billion. So you're basically, if you're buying this to buy Bitcoin, you're buying it at a multiple of 3 times your money. I know that doesn't seem very smart, but the stock has been rising massively in the past couple of days. You can see there in October, like we were talking about the ETF, you can see around 169. And as soon as Bitcoin starts to go up, MicroStrategy goes up way more than Bitcoin. Even in the last, so let's go from October 160 to 400. Let's just put that at a 3x, and then we can go for the last 3 months here. In October, Bitcoin was at around 60,000 and now it's up to around 100k. So that's not even anywhere near 3x. That's probably 0.7 times the price from down here in October. So around 60,000 to 90,000. It's around 0.7 times the price. But MicroStrategy has been one of those things that you would invest in the major financial markets to actually get into Bitcoin when there wasn't a place to actually do that previously. However, now that the ETF has come in, there is some question of why you would want to buy into MicroStrategy. I mean, there are pros and cons of everything in terms of investing into MicroStrategy, but mainly I would just be buying Bitcoin because right now, if you're investing in this and the underlying asset of MicroStrategy is Bitcoin, and the market cap of that actual Bitcoin is only 30 billion, then it kind of brings into question what the other 70 billion is worth of. Mainly, I think it's just a speculation on the stock. And there has been a lot of stuff on Reddit talking about it. I heard that in the Wall Street Bets Reddit as well, they were saying that they were trying to short MicroStrategy and it just kept going higher. Well, obviously that's going to happen if Bitcoin keeps trading higher and higher and higher. So when we're on Binance here, it's actually dropped down from that 98,000 that we were seeing there. So 98,500 is down to 98,100. The highest that it hit was 98988. So almost 99,000. And probably in the next coming hours or days, it's probably going to hit up to 99,000 and then over to 100,000. So what does this look like for mining? Well, we can go on our workers here. So this is our Antminer S21 200 terahash. You can see the real-time hash rate, total average hash rate. If you want to use this website, this is a hosting service website, and you can use the referral link in the description if you want to do that. So yesterday's earnings is $11.57, and the fees for electricity is $5.51. So we're making around $6 to $7 profit, depending on kind of the price of Bitcoin. Total earned in a month is $356, and the fees paid is $164. So across the month, we probably had profits of $200 from one of these. And obviously it's going to keep going up as well. If we click on workers here, you can see estimated daily profit is $7.32. If we go on to buy miners here, you can also see the profitability of these Antminer L9s because of Dogecoin and because of Litecoin. These are actually really good profitability right now, around $60 per day, whereas the Bitcoin miners aren't as good. You can see that this X21 XP Hydro, obviously it's expensive, but it makes around $30 a day, and I think that is the most profitable Bitcoin miner right now currently. Then you have a bunch of kaspa coin miners. Kaspa coin hasn't really been doing so well lately when compared to Bitcoin going up. But the ones that have really come out on top for the past couple of days, or the past couple of weeks I'd say, are the Doge/Litecoin miners. So all that to say, I don't think you should sell this right now. We're still going into this bull run, and there's going to be a lot of price action on Bitcoin, and hopefully some of it is going to trickle down into the coins that we like. Ethereum, Kaspa coin, Radiant, Dogecoin has already seen a lot more liquidity, and other coins like that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you like the video and subscribe for more content like this.